There's a question many men carry quietly, but rarely say out loud. Why doesn't she want me anymore? At first, it's subtle. She's tired. Not in the mood. Maybe tomorrow. You don't think much of it. But then it happens again. And again. And over time, you start to feel something deeper. Confusion. Frustration. Even rejection. And the hardest part? You don't know why. Before we go deeper into this, take a moment right now to hit the like button. Comment below where you're watching from. And subscribe so you never miss simple, medically grounded insights that could help you improve both your health and your relationships. Hello, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole. And over the years, I've had many men sit across from me with this exact concern. Not just about performance, but about connection. Because when intimacy changes, it affects more than just the moment. It affects how a man feels about himself. So today, we're going to talk honestly about this. Not from assumptions. Not from blame. But from understanding. Because in most cases, it's not what men think. Let's start with the first reality many men overlook. Desire is not automatic. For many women, especially in long-term relationships, desire is responsive, not spontaneous. Which means she doesn't always feel desire first. She feels it after connection begins. But many men expect desire to appear instantly. Like it did in the beginning. And when it doesn't, they assume something is wrong. But in reality, the process has changed. Now here's something deeper. Emotional connection. This is one of the strongest drivers of desire for many women. If she feels distant, stressed, or emotionally disconnected, her interest in intimacy naturally decreases. Not because she doesn't care, but because her mind is elsewhere. And here's what many men miss. You can't separate emotional closeness from physical desire. They are connected. Now let's talk about something very real. Stress and mental load. Daily responsibilities, pressure, fatigue. All of these affect libido. If her mind is overwhelmed, her body doesn't prioritize intimacy. And this is not rejection. It's biology. Now here's something that might be difficult to hear. Routine. Over time, relationships can become predictable. And when novelty disappears, desire often follows. This doesn't mean attraction is gone. It means stimulation has decreased. Now let's go deeper. Physical factors. Hormonal changes, especially as women age, can affect libido. Energy levels. Comfort. Responsiveness. And in many cases, this is never openly discussed. So instead of understanding, both partners are left guessing. Now here's something very important. Your role. This is not about blame, but it is about awareness. Sometimes, without realizing it, men focus more on outcome than experience. Performance instead of connection. And when that happens, intimacy can feel pressured rather than natural. Now here's the shift. Instead of asking, why doesn't she want sex? Ask, what might be affecting her ability to feel desire? Because that question leads to understanding. And understanding leads to solutions. Now let's talk about what actually helps. First, communication. Not confrontation. Not frustration. But calm, open conversation. Because many issues remain unsolved simply because they're never discussed. Second, connection outside the bedroom. Small moments matter. Attention. Presence. Engagement. These build the foundation for intimacy. Third, remove pressure. Because pressure kills desire. The more expectation there is, the less natural it feels. And finally, patience. Because change doesn't happen instantly. But when both people feel understood, things begin to shift. Now here's something I want you to remember. This is not about losing something. It's about understanding something that changed. And when you understand it, you can respond differently. Better. More effectively. Now let's bring this all together. If intimacy has changed in your relationship, don't jump to conclusions. Look deeper. Because in most cases, it's not rejection. It's a combination of factors that need attention. And when you address those factors, things can improve. If today's conversation helped you see this from a new perspective, then the next step is critical. In our previous video, we talked about how male performance and confidence can also affect intimacy and connection, something that plays a bigger role than many men realize. You need to watch that next. Because when you improve both sides of the equation, that's when real change happens. Click the video on your screen now. And if you're serious about improving your confidence, your connection, and your overall relationship, make sure you subscribe and stay with us on this journey.